Yes, my people, as the hot, it don't happen. No information don dey fall out to dey say Fubara suspensions look more like a removal. Allegedly, and if e be say this thing na truth, that means welcome to Nigeria. Wey be say president go fit remove a democratic sitting governor. Man, not talk too much. So just lis ten to how the man take explain this thing as you're watching. Please kindly share this video. Make everybody make them see the way things dey go on for Nigeria. Share and hit this like button. Drop your thoughts in the comment section.
This is simply democracy, and what they are doing is to further denigrate the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria with appointment. Are they telling us that they plan to extend these so-called emergency rules when there are many states that is calling for emergency rules and they are looking the other way? You know, it is very, very sad that they are taking us for granted, taking us for a ride, thinking that they can do anything just to please Nyesom Wike. And I want to remind you that I said clearly on your show when you asked me, I said Nyesom Wike will not be able to impeach Fubara. Did he impeach Fubara? He didn't. You can call this another rigmarole way of impeachment, but however, you know, it will go down on record that he was not impeached, you know. But the problem is that right now, they are trying to impeach the peace of Rivers people. They are trying to impeach our economic potentials. I mean, look at the so-called budget that he wanted to do. I see it as a way of siphoning funds. And all the people concerned and all the people responsible, all they wanted to do was to pad that budget. And this is when to tell the president the truth, you know, about what is happening. This is not right. You told us you suspended the governor. Suspension does not mean removal, you know. So in direct answer to your question, the trend of things, the way they are going, it looks like they had probably deceived us to say there's a suspension, and now they are tilting towards removal.
Mr. Epelle, good to see you. But the joke is on you. If you thought that once Wike got the upper hand, he will not go for the jugulars, then that must be the height of delusion. And in the bid to try to exonerate the president is part of the plan. He executed it because Wike is his man, he's in his administration. And from day one, the president has always taken sides in all of this, in this level of illegality. Udeng Zeradiri, an Ijaw man, led one of the associations in Ijaw land, said that Governor Fubara should go and kneel and beg and say, Kabiyesi. Anyway, that's my own addition to Wike. What do you say to Udeng Zeradiri? He said he should go and kneel and beg him.
Hussein, my good friend, you know, sometimes I'm lost of words, but however, how much can a man stoop low? How much can a man humiliate himself? You know, humility is not stupidity. It's not humiliation. He has done that and had done enough of it. And I'm not saying there won't be any chance for peace. Must I come and worship you as God before you will forgive me? Has Nyesom Wike not done things to Christ, which he professed to be a Christian?
Hang on a minute.
Has he not done things worse?
Sorry, sir. Can I ask you a question? You say, should I come and kneel or beg you before you forgive me? What has Fubara done wrong to Nyesom Wike that you think it needs Wike's forgiveness? What has Fubara done wrong? Can anybody tell me?
Thank you for helping me. Thank you for.
Can anybody
thank you for helping me
the offense
answer
of
the
Fubara
question.
in all of this?
Look, let me tell you, the truth is that Fubara took a lot of mess from all of them that I, Jake Epelle, will not take. It was just too much for a man to bear. How long can you disgrace a man, including your cronies, including your brothers? How much can an individual call a sitting governor Mumu? And how many people have told that local government chairman, how many people have told him to go and beg Siminalai? He came out and did a charade apology? How many people have told him? One of the things that Yosef Wike have said against Fubara, how many people have told him to go and apologize? And I'm not saying there shouldn't be room for peace, okay? But must you wait for a man to come and kneel down and prostrate? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? Let's face it. You know, nobody feeds anybody. Is he putting food on his plate? I think we've taken enough of this rubbish. And it's absolute rubbish. And we must stop. All the people concerned, I don't know what covenant that Wike have with the president, that the president cannot call him to order. That's the problem.
Okay, Mr. Epelle, we have had television lawyers on this River State matter. We have had television elders. We have had television analysts, all saying one thing or the other. But the situation in Rivers remains the same. And the sole administrator continues to, act like truly the sole administrator, even appointing new sole administrators. What do you think is the way forward? We have heard all these things about Wike, about Fubara, about this and that. Meanwhile, the sole administrator is digging in, is appointing satellite sole administrators. What is the way forward? And the federal government has not changed its mind. There is a state of emergency. So this television business, television editors, television lawyers, television analysts, what is the way forward in your opinion?
I mean, I can glean from your questions, and if you can hear me, I can glean from your questions, and I'll ask you, and I'll answer you. I'm tempted to call this gentleman soul animator, because the whole thing looks very animated. The whole thing looks like a drama, and he's a fine, well-trained military gentleman, good looking and smart. But why would you succumb to people using you and making you look like you don't know what you're doing? Why would people build their career and want to ruin their career at the expense of, purported service? However, what's the way forward? Well, one, the National Assembly amended the president's position, the proclamation. They amended it. None of that amendment have been followed. Is the president not in disobedience of what the National Assembly did? That alone is a violation. We need to go back to what the National Assembly amended. Set up eminent elders to begin to look into these issues. People who are neutral, Secondly, the administrator ought to report to National Assembly. Please tell me, you are a journalist, tell me one meeting, apart from the concocted, Wike-sided group that went to meet with him. And none of those guys allowed anybody that was either neutral or supporting Siminala Fubara. None of them were in the equation, So we need to go back. Let's even go back to what they stipulated and follow it to the letter. I think we might end up to get a lasting peace. But this strategic move to further destabilize the state and ask for extension of this emergency rule, is unacceptable. And it will be very unbecoming of this administration if they succumb to the pressure of one man who is saying that the whole state will not sleep just because of his own inordinate ambition. It's not right.
Okay.
And will not be accepted.
Right,
so Ruben, I hope I did answer your question. The way forward is simply let's negotiate. Way forward is simply let's engage. Ultimate way forward is to restore the man that we all gave a mandate to lead us, and that is Sim Fubara. The whole world is watching. The international community is watching. I go out of this country, I defend this country. I was the head of delegation to the conference last week in Germany. People are asking questions. And sometimes you have to, like an ostrich, bury your head in the sand and pretend that nothing is happening. We were busy promoting Nigeria in Berlin just a few days ago. It's shameful what is playing out.
That was Jake Epelle on all issues pertaining to River State and the appointment of administrators to care for the local government.